We're back, you savages. It's a beautiful Tuesday morning. The fall is in the air. What's going on, little brother?
I've been having a great week. We had a fun week last week.
Yeah, we did. What'd you end up doing this weekend? Mama came back.
Dude,
you went to the Google Dolls.
I can't tell you anything.
Like
anytime I'm doing anything sort
Who
of.
the fuck is the Google Doll?
I don't know. It's her concert.
So what the fuck? You should have gave
They have. I will say, if you grew up, I grew up in the early 2000s. Like if you grew up around then, you'll know some of their songs.
Yeah, I know some of their songs.
And
they're from Buffalo, New York.
Yeah, they were really cool.
Yeah,
and it was. You know what? The venue was fucking awesome.
What was the venue?
The Jones Beach, theater, like
tremendous.
on the water.
Yeah, on the water.
Yeah,
that's a good theater. That is a good place.
The seats. She got the seats. Fucking like 8 rows. It was the best seats I've ever had to anything. Like 8 rows back. You could. My biggest thing is that like a concert, I feel like I'm being like crowded. There were seats, and like it was like an older crowd. So like people sat for like the song, like the new songs.
Yeah, it's a nice
they just sat for the songs they didn't like, and it was.
Did you hold hands and hug each other like that faggot at the Coldplay concert?
Not
Did
like
you
that.
Hold her like that, and both look at the band. If I could be seen,
I want to show you the world. Yeah, no, no Aladdin song.
Fruitcake.
No,
all right, as long as.
But it was a good time.
I'm happy you went. I'm very happy you went.
It was cool. You know what was really cool was Dashboard Confessional opened, and I haven't been to many concerts. But I thought it was gonna be like a local band, like kind of like a comedy show, like a local band feature, and then the headliner. And they did a good job because like when we got there, they were playing to like a mostly empty place, and by the end of their set, of course, like it gets to be really full. But like I've never seen a band like warm the crowd up. Like he even said, like it's my job, so I need you guys to get crazy. And like he did stuff outside of just being like a musician. I've never seen that. I'm like warming, and it helped. Like it got the crowd going right before the main guy.
It's crazy that it's the same with comedy.
Right.
Like now you understand your job a little better from going to see a music act.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like you run into all these feature acts and they'll tell you, oh yeah, I blew away the headline. When you didn't go for a good show. You went for your own personal shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and now you see what a team effort is. That's why I like bringing my own guys to work with me because, and I learned that from Rogan, because nobody's trying to hurt each other. We're all working in unison to make the show the best that we can make it. Whether it's 8 openers or 2 openers, both of those openers are going to be fucking good, and we're all in unison to make the show that much fucking better. So I'm happy. I told you, a lot of comedy shit I've learned from watching musicians, a.k.a. singers.
Mm-hmm.
Singers, the music is funneled to the audience by that singer. And you don't even know what he's fucking doing. You don't know what he's doing till you leave there and go, fuck, Mick Jagger didn't stop dancing all night. Or this guy didn't stop jumping up and down all night. That energy feeds on the fucking audience. Nobody's better at it than Mick Jagger because Mick dances to the song. And if the song is kind of like Satisfaction, Mick goes a little nuts, nuts as he could go at 80.
Oh, he's still going nuts?
Yeah, he'll dance.
I thought this was like 50 years ago he was going nuts.
Dog, I don't know what he's going to do now. I don't know if they're going to come back now. I don't know. You know, right? He's 80, right? Mick Jagger's 80. That's a different fucking animal. But with the money they got, they could do 2 shows a week.
Right.
82? 82? With the money he's got, he could do 2 shows a week for about a month. And then 80 fucking 2, guys. I mean, he's still fucking. So if you're fucking, you could still wiggle a little bit.
He just had a kid. Wow, good for him.
Yeah, he just had a kid. All these motherfuckers.
But the other thing, like every time I see music, and this was more of a subdued band, but like the energy musicians have when they're performing live. Like sometimes I feel like if I'm tired at stand up, like I feel like if I'm listening to it, I could hear it in my voice that like I sound tired. Like them jumping up, like you can't be tired and do that shit. I don't think. Like the energy, I think they're great with that.
Listen, it's showtime. So whatever's going on in your life comes to an end. When you go up in front of a live audience, the adrenaline from the audience, the excitement, the energy from the audience should wake you the fuck up. I know who's going to sleep in front of 100 people. I can't sleep with one guy talking on the fucking TV Could you imagine 100 fucking people yakking amongst themselves?
No.
So think about that, okay? We discussed this last week also. This is one of the biggest parts of comedy. And Doug Stanhope taught me this, but before Doug taught me this, I figured a little bit of this out on my own. What does professional mean? A professional means two things. That no matter if your asshole's bleeding, your mother's in the hospital, your cat died, when it's 8:05, all that goes away for 45 minutes. You could deal in grief in your own time or whatever you're going through later. In fact, that type of shit going on in your life should give your comedy a certain type of fuel. You're angry. Your girlfriend left you. You went home and your girlfriend was fucking the mailman. You're going to come out and be, no.
Right.
So your material is going to come from a different fucking place. And that's what you got. Some nights the material comes from happiness. Sometimes the material comes from anger. Sometimes the material comes from pain. I'm having a hard time writing right now as a personal. You know why? Because I've kind of accepted my mother's death finally after 80 fucking years instead of being a pussy. I finally accepted what happened with my first daughter and my first wife. I've accepted all these things. So all these things that used to fuel my pain, I don't deal with no more. I go home and my pain is taken care of, whether it's my cat, my wife, you guys. I don't need what I used to need anymore. So that material doesn't come. When I'm on stage now, I'm laughing. I got to get high to go up there and I laugh and I giggle. And even that, this is why when you're a professional in comedy, everything changes when it's stage time. Your name changes. If your name is Lee Syatt, if you think changing your name when you go on stage to Joey McGowan, so whatever you're saying doesn't come from Lee Syatt's heart.
Right.
It's come from Joey McGowan's heart. That's what it is. That's what it is. Your everything changes at 8:05. Once you walk in there and you talk to your friends and the comics, last week I went to Iowa, last week I went to Chicago, and all of a sudden you start getting that energy from them. Then the one guy has a good set. Now you got to have a good set. There's no time for, my grandma's in the hospital and her toe hurts. Listen, you could deal with that in 22 minutes. Nothing's going to change in 22 minutes. Nothing, unless they're dead already. Then, there's not much you can fucking do. You know what I'm saying? But nothing's going to matter. And that's why comedy is so great. Because if something good happens, you could talk about it. And if something bad happens, you could talk about it. And while you're talking about it in a bad way and making it funny, there goes the $80 you were going to pay a therapist. Well, $80 were the old days.
I know.
Now these motherfuckers want $200 to talk to you on a computer screen with an ISIS mask on. You know what I'm saying? So...
There goes that sponsor.
Okay, to take a Saturday
or a Friday night.
One of the girls that I respect the most in Marlboro, New Jersey, is a 19-year-old girl that I have watched that girl grow since she's 14. She's not just a regular girl. She's a beautiful girl. Her and her sister are beautiful. Me and my wife and my daughter would go to a pizza parlor, which I took you guys to. I think you met the girl. And I used to go in there on Fridays when I first moved here with a bunch of parents. And I would go, why is that girl here on a Friday night? 16, 15. Then she turned 16. And then me and my wife would talk to her. And then she says, I'm saving up for a car. And then after she got the car and she's like, do you want to see it? And I'll never forget, we went out and it was a broken down jalopy. But I was so happy for her because I know what she went through.
Yeah.
And then she's like, now I'm saving up for fucking college. She wanted to go to Temple. But she was $13,000 short to go to Temple. When she told me that, it broke my fucking heart. Her parents don't have the money, but that bitch was there every Friday and Saturday night. She could have been jumping up and down. She could have been on that OnlyFans. She could have hooked up with a fucking 40-year-old old guy. That girl could have done anything she wanted to. But no, she worked in a pizza parlor. Now she works at TD Bank, and she's,
good for her,
making good money and stuff, and she's going to school at whatever, that local college that's really cheap, Brookdale, whatever the fuck it is. But dog, that to me is a classy woman. You're not going to have any problems with that girl if you hire her in 10 years. She did the work. She did the groundwork. I want the same for my daughter, man. You know, you're just not just going to work a pizza place, work the counter. You're going to take calls, something kids don't know how to do. You're going to learn how to exchange money. Another thing these idiots don't know how to do. They look at the fucking thing. You know, you go to a restaurant now, $10.32. You give them $10 and 32 so $11, and you give them 32 cents. The computer fizzles out. It's over. I mean, these are things, you know, and I tell people in business all the time, you're confusing the consumer. I had a conversation with a good friend of mine, and I said, listen, the comedy club, this is why you're confusing the consumer. You have to assume they're fucking not even stupid. You got to assume they're retarded. As a matter of fact, I know, and I'm not being a Tom Segura or Bert Kreischer and calling them the poors. I'm not calling anybody stupid. I'm just going, I'll give you an example. Retarded. No, I'm giving you an example. I could put a link up for my book right to Amazon, and people will hit me 3 days later and go, I went on Amazon but bought this book instead. How many times do I put a link up for tickets to a comedy club where you can't even bounce the ticket price? I'll put ticket prices on there, and people come in and go, I went on Vivid and bought $120. Well, I put the link out for the fucking Punchline or Helium or wherever. So when people do that, when you actually walk them to the fence, give them the key, and tell them what thing to pull, and just go, all you got to do is go click, right? That's the link. I'm giving you the fucking link, right? All you got to do is go click. How did you end up buying a T-shirt from Nick Ascalise? How did this happen? How does this happen? You know how many times I've done a shitty club where I'm like, give me $20 for tickets, and somebody afterward will go, I paid $68 on. What the fuck, are you retarded? I put the ticket link up.
People don't check. They just Google Joey Diaz tickets.
Google, and they go with the first thing up there.
It's crazy. I mean, it's how do people fall for like the scams?
And it breaks my heart because I thought I was dealing with a more, you know, people that knew, click the fucking link. I'm not going to fucking beat you and put you on a porn link or take you all the way to Europe to buy fucking goggles. I'm not going to do that to you. Just click the link. And I see this on a daily fucking basis in life.
You used to get so upset because people would like message you right as you were leaving the city. Like, when are you going to come here?
Yeah, when are you coming to Memphis? Well, I'll tell you what. Go on my Twitter last week and they'll look and call, and then, oh shit, you were just here. Yeah. Look how long I've been talking about Memphis, barbecue, chicken cutlets, black people with veins in their eyes. I've been talking about Memphis for 3 fucking podcast episodes. And you're telling me now, when am I going to Memphis?
Right.
And then I figured out there's people that just do that to bust your balls.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they just do that to bust your balls. They see that you were just there, and they're like, hey, why don't you tell me you were here? Fuck your mother. You knew I was there. I've been talking about it for 3 fucking weeks, motherfucker.
That's so funny.
Speaking of which, got a fucking crazy shit this weekend.
Holy
I
shit.
see it. Listen, let me tell you what happened Friday night. So Friday night, my wife and my daughter break on me about 4 o'clock that they're going to see some play. Now, I go with them as a family, but where they going, they give you wooden seats, and you got to eat like pie. It's like a community center. I'm not doing that. And they're kids. And they're fucking kids. I don't want to go there and then one kid recognizes me. It's like a stand-up. I would never go. I don't want to not support you, Lee.
Right.
But I don't want to go to walk in a club with you, and then they're like, Joey's here, and then fuck Lee. We're going to see Lee.
Right.
I already know. That's why I don't go see anybody. I will never be on the. If I'm not going behind with you to hide, because it's your show. It's not my show. You follow me? So if I go to your show, I'm going to distract them. Joey's here. He might go up. Listen to what Lee's got to say. Same thing with kids.
Right.
That's why I don't make a big deal at the softball games. Not about me at the softball. People love for me to get up and go, oh, $20 for the next hit. Ha, 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 ha. And act like Melon in a fucking, in back to school. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do that. That's not who I am. I'm not going to go there with glasses and that's my daughter. Ha, ha, ha. That's what people expect you to act. So you don't act like that. And then they don't know where the fuck to go.
Right. What is that what you think people expect of you?
Think about it. If you could go to a game and say what you want and have a circle of people around you and be cute and hold court, who wouldn't want to do that? Except to miss their fucking kids and what their kids doing. When you go to a thing in L.A., where we came from, you think anybody goes to see their own kids do anything? They don't. Lee, you're having a party on Saturday? I'll let you know Friday because my mother-in-law's coming to town. What they know is my wife spoke to George's wife, and she said that Joe Rogan might go to their barbecue on Saturday. So I'm not going to answer your barbecue because I know Joe Rogan and Trini Lopez and the writer from Empire, they're all going to be at his house. But Nick's having a barbecue. And the head of Fox is going to be at Nick's house. So I got to hold out to see who's got the best guest list. Would you like to live you ever go to anything in L.A.?
No.
Everything in L.A. is based around who's going to be at your party. So if, God forbid, Nick's not going to bring a script, I accidentally have my script. It's in the car. Really? It's a Sunday. You have your script in the car. I'm here eating barbecue, looking at women in bikinis, and you want to talk to me about a script. But that's how people are. That's how people are. And the kids, zero. The kids are a prop to get them in there.
Just to get in the schools?
I swear to my mother's grave. Those kids are a prop to get them into those meetings because all those kids have a nanny. That's the only way they'll fit into that circle. God forbid they don't have a nanny to tell their friends they have a nanny. That's the only way you'll accept me, is if I have a nanny also so we could talk about the nannies. My nanny's from Bolivia. Oh, my God. Her uncle sells me coke. No, but you know what I'm saying. Everything they do, there's people who have kids and they're supposed to go where my daughter went to school, but they go to Carpenter down the road on the other side of Ventura Boulevard. Why? Because that's where all the writers and all their kids go to. Their Christmas party is at CBS Radford.
Jeez.
Okay? So anybody who wants to be cool and be in the in crowd, they go to that school instead. When you want to be a normal parent, which ain't much, even in the school I took my daughter to, that's where you go. They have a lot of writers there too, and the girl from, what's the girl? Lisa Loeb, and the head writer from whatever. There's a lot of people's kids that went to that school, but not like Carpenter. Carpenter is the alligator, the hunter that died. People, that's where their kids go. And that's where you take your kid if you don't love him. Because that's where you take your kid if you don't love him.
The kids are just using them?
They're just a fucking prop. My kid's not a prop. And my girls' softball games are about her. They're never about me. If I could wear a beard and a disguise to those games, I would. I would, because they're not about me. And today I went to breakfast with my wife. This woman could have only been Russian. I got nothing against Russian women or Russian people. She had a leopard suit on from head to toe, the tight one. Shouldn't have had a leopard suit on. It should have been more like a bear or a fucking gorilla, right? She had feet uglier than mine with sandals on. Her hair had not been done. Her face was full of Botox, and she had those glasses on, and she didn't want to sit at the table, so she stood on the other side of the counter so everybody had to see her.
Just randomly and start talking
So
to her?
everybody just could see her, so she could be seen. Normal people don't do that. They sit at a fucking table, and they don't have a leopard suit to go to a turning point with fucking $200 sandals on. But there's people that's what their priority is, to be seen. I don't want to. Where I go get a haircut, every time I walk in, there's a goofy motherfucker that goes, "Hey, Joey." I don't even pay attention. I don't even look at him. Until I finally told the owner, "Can you tell that moron to stop saying Joey when I walk in here, please?" I go, if I don't want nobody to know, why are you telling them?
Right.
Don't say a fucking word. Don't say a fucking word. Just look at me and nod.
It has like not, I guess, damaged your life. Like, do you feel like you can't go? Do you feel like you can't go places now?
No, I go wherever the fuck I want. But, I don't go for the purposes that you think I would go. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm over all that shit. Like, I was over it when I lived in L.A., so I'm over all that shit. The last thing I want to see are those people.
Right.
The last thing I want to see are those type of people. It took me 23 years to get away from them. I'm going to go back and dilly-dally with those style of people, which are basically just liberals. They're just people who are just like, they agree to everything, and all their decisions are based around what people are going to think about them. That's it.
I think there's a lot of people.
And you could tell when somebody opens their mouth if they're really sincere about it, or if they're just, in Hollywood, people just say shit. Are they really, does Pedro Pascal really give a fuck about LGBTQ rights? Or is he saying that so, why? So you could fit into a certain gap. That's my own, listen, for years I always talked about California, and I shouldn't have spoken about California. It was Hollywood and the lifestyle where I lived. And I'm very sorry. I need to apologize. It wasn't California.
Right.
And it wasn't Orange County or whatever county I lived in. It was that world. And we have those worlds now in normal cities. Everybody thinks there's a fucking celebrity. Well, let me go up to Montauk and play handball. You're from fucking Jersey. Let me stab you in the fucking eyeball. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm from North Bergen, New Jersey. Nobody did nothing. All of a sudden, I see kids I grew up with. We're playing golf today. They know I want to fucking shoot them. Because I know the reason you're playing golf. There's no enjoyment for you. If it was enjoyment, you just play with 3 fucking idiots. Enjoyment is getting 3 of your North Bergen friends that don't play golf. Us 4 idiots smoke a big bag of weed, give a bag of edibles to him, and he's the driver of the golf cart. So we end up like Adam Sandler and fucking
be real slow.
in Happy Gilmore too. That's fun with your friends. Not me at a golf course. I'm playing at Trump Plaza, with 3 fucking jerk-offs holding a beer. No, you're playing golf for all the wrong reasons.
Right.
I want you to do things for the right fucking reasons.
Right.
I want you to do things, Why can't, you're getting drunk. Why can't you just get drunk? Oh, we're going to Luigi's, to get drunk. We'll go to the Surfside Bar on Palisade Boulevard. You might as well get herpes while you get drunk, right or wrong? It's so weird what we do, and we don't even know what we're doing. It's like I was talking to beautiful Nick, nephew number 1. Every week I see pictures from down the shore. Oh my God.
What's
It's
happening?
just, I've never seen anything like that. I've never seen anything like that.
What are they doing?
It's hot fucking women, fake asses, fake tits. Some of them are pigs. Some of them are really decent. They don't know what some of them are just fucking pigs that get fucking dick every weekend. And by August 9th, their hole is just leaking. You can see in the pictures that it's like a fucking walrus. They're fucking... Oh, by this week, you can start to see the bikini pictures, and you can see the pussy starting to come out from the inside. It's August now, yeah. They've been getting dick. They got dick 3 different weekends from 3 different guys. They don't know who they're in love with yet. But Vinny the DJ will be there, Oh, my God. And it's like these chicks, they just stand there by the table, and then there's these guys with buckets, and they just stand there. And then you have a whole section of guys with backwards hat and steroids, and a VIP section with and they're all on top of each other, and they're all like boom, 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 and that's all they do. Nobody's fucking, nobody's sucking. They just boom, boom, boom. Nobody's snorting coke. Nobody's eating ecstasy, and none of those guys are in danger.
Right.
Half of them have giant tattoos, boom, 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 jet tattoos. They're getting ready for football season. But it's August 8th. By this weekend, those pussies now is in the labor department, not the labor department, the health department in all those cities sees an increase in fucking ticks, tacks, fucking herpes, fucking.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah. Some girls don't even make the summer. Their pussy taps out by like the 15th.
Oh, no.
They just tap out. They go, we're not even going back. We don't want our deposit. We don't want nothing. We ended up pregnant. And I don't know who the father is. The kid came out with an Arab hat on and and an empanada. We don't know what happened. He could be Dominican. He could be Arab, but we could be both. It's a nightmare. But the shore is, we went to the beach, and if we took pictures, we were at we rented a house, and all your friends were there, and then you invited a bunch of freaks, and people were fucking, the bedrooms were on fire, somebody's father was there. Has anybody seen my daughter? That's when you know you're at a good party. When a dad's there with a picture and shit of their daughter. She's been missing for 2 days.
And you just saw her?
Huh?
And you just saw her?
What's that?
Like the girl he was looking for.
What's that?
Like, had you just seen her?
Oh, no, I'll tell the dad the truth. If somebody comes to me as a kid and my daughter's missing, but when somebody shows up at your party and says, have you seen my daughter with a picture of her with Catholic books? And you're like, she ain't Catholic no more. That was even better. It was classic because she went off with a lady who kept saying to me, I hear you're a comedian. I'm Jewish. My sister's a lesbian, and I like black men. Write a joke about that. That's what she kept saying to me all night. Every time I'd see her, she'd go, did you write anything yet?
Oh, my God.
I'm Jewish. My sister's a lesbian, and I like black men. And I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, this is bocce night, dog. She's about 65. She had fake tits made out of like concrete. Like she got them made like in 2020. Like these things were made. They didn't even move. You could see how she'd move around slowly because she destroyed her spine with these concrete titties. It's like the remember in the 60s, the mafia would give you cement water boots and throw you in the Hudson? That's what happened with her. But she fucking...
Were they hard too?
I don't know. I didn't feel them, but I could tell that they were a lot bigger than a woman her age's tits were. And she was well preserved, but you could tell. You know, there's an age point that, listen, come in. If I put a light on you and shot you with anti-aging dick, you'd still be 68. You know what I'm saying? Like, knock it off. She wasn't trying to be anybody. She was very sweet, but she was just drunk. But she was egging another woman on about something. The girl got fired. I was just listening. I played first when I got there. I heard the conversation. I got my water. I went outside. Usually when you come back after a bocce game, those people are gone. Not that night. When I walked in, they were like an Indian, and the bartender just kept giving them gin. And I'm watching this shit go down. Again, early. I'm watching this shit go down, man. And
What did you just sit there and watch?
Oh, I'm not watching. I'm making believe I'm watching a Yankee game. But I got my deaf earring focused on this ear with everything I got. So if you fart on this side, I won't hear it. Because everything I got is focused on this ear. And I'm just like, if you come up to me and go, hey, what's the score? Huh? Get the fuck out of my face. I'm not even care about the Yankee game. You come up to me, I can see a home run happen. And I wouldn't know because all my focus is in the super old man ear. And I'm listening to what these 2 or 3 hags, it was like 4 of them, telling the story, the woman, this. So finally I go, you know what? They started getting louder and louder, and one of the women is pretty intelligent. She goes, ladies, let's take this outside. So guess what happened? I paid my tab, and all of a sudden I got the sudden urge to smoke a joint, right? So, as I walk out, they're on the park bench getting lights for each other. But the one is arguing with the Jew. I go in my little fucking car. I put it on. I plug the phone in. I'm listening to the music. And I'm about to pull out, and I hear the yelling start. And I just lower my window and make believe like I'm a fucking dead mute. Like I'm doing like 2 miles per fucking every 10 minutes. Like I'm going back slowly. And they're yelling at each other. That it was the woman's fault. She got fired. Blah, 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 blah. So the one girl goes, we have to end this. Let's go. And she pulls the 3 girls and they leave the ugly Jew woman. The one who wanted me to tell her a joke about the lesbian, about the black boyfriend. They
just left her?
Yeah, she's just sitting out there. At this point, she took her heels off and she's out there smoking cigarette after cigarette. I could call George or somebody. But the beauty is she took her heels off and she had those old women's stockings where they cover the toes, and you could tell the toes stink because they're that old. When you take those stockings off and you rub that, you smell that toe area. It's got, it smells like a dead body. So she's sitting there half drunk, guys, like this, look. And she's like, you know, she's hot. And finally I pull up to her real slow. I lower my window. She looks at me and I go, you want some candy, little girl? And I just pulled off into the horizon. And she's like, fuck you. You never told me the joke about the Jew, the lesbian, and the woman who likes fucking black guys. And I'm like, oh. See, Lee, sometimes you have to create your own fun.
I guess so.
You have to find fun wherever the fuck it is sometimes. And that's where it was Friday night. Bro, guys, I'm getting fucking old. Like, not old. I shouldn't talk negatively about myself. But like I said last week, I feel myself changing. Conversations I want to listen to. I'm watching a good show now. I'm getting so old, I'm even watching A weird series. Leanne.
I mean, what it's about?
It's about that comedian woman, Leanne, the big blonde woman from the South. I have always thought she's, huh? Dean Smart.
He's saying
Leanne, that show right there. Leanne Morgan. It's a pretty cute show. Nice little cast. I'm up to like episode 6, maybe.
7 out of 10 on IMDb.
What does it get?
7 out of 10 on IMDb.
Bro, it's not an Academy Award winner, but at least it's got me, you know, I'm watching something different for a fucking. And you know what? She's an older comic.
It's her show.
It's her show. She's got a hell of a fucking tour, and I wish her nothing but the fucking best, man. I think she's a good-looking woman. She's just older. But look what's happening to comedy. They're looking at older people. This gives me a little hope. Not to get a TV show, but that, and it's Chuck Lorre. You know, that guy's been around for a long time, so I wish her nothing but the best, you know. She's a Judy Brown chick, so this is just to let you know. Judy Brown is one of the best managers in the fucking business. Got her and Sebastian, and this is how it works. It just takes time, and this is the payoff, you know.
Do you like? How do you find out about these like shows with comics? Because you do that a lot. Like you seem to like support when a comic puts something out.
I love when people say that they became a comedian, including myself, because, well, for me, it's more than anybody else because I am a convicted felon, and I didn't think I could make it anywhere else. I never thought I'd see a TV show. I thought they always did background checks and shit. I guess not. You know, millions of dollars a year, and I don't even know who's on the set with me. So I always thought about it that way, but you always want something. I always wanted to reoccur on a show. I like Nick DiPaolo when he was on Brace Under Fire. He played a bartender. And I go, if I ever got something like that, I'd be the luckiest guy in the fucking world. You know, in those days, it was 10 out of 26 episodes. But those are 10 episodes that I didn't have to be on the week for, on the road.
Right.
That's how I looked at it. That was my strategy. That's 10 weeks to buy you time to get better material and, you know. So, but I have to be supportive of, I'm supportive of anybody who goes outside of the fucking box. Anybody who doesn't punch a clock every week, I'm support. Everybody who starts the fucking month at 0, how can you not support those people? That's life. Yeah, you went to college for 7 years, you're an attorney, you make $400,000, $500,000 a year. That's also a big chance. But I'm not putting nothing mad because I believe in the working man also. But I also believe in take a chance. Columbus did. Take a fucking chance. If you got a time, listen, having a business isn't about owning a fucking boat on the weekends. It's about you creating your freedom. You wanted life on your terms. I can never get mad at somebody who does this. The racket that we do, this fucking racket that people think like, I'm special. No, you're not fucking special. This is a fucking racket. And at the end, it's like me going to Las Vegas and putting it on black number 8 or red number 24. I don't know when I walk in that room who's going to like me, who's not going to like me. I'm hoping for all those women and for those 3 gay guys to go, oh my God, we love him. Then you're going to work till you're fucking 40 if you're 22. And you've seen it. You've seen people in front of you that have gotten huge spurts in acting careers or huge spurts in stand-up because it's different now. It's spurts. It's not longevity anymore. Like longevity, and I'm wrong. You have people like the chick from Silence of the Lambs, and you know the chick I was talking about earlier. Well, Jodie Foster. That girl started on fucking The Courtship of Eddie's Father, dog. I watched that as a kid. She was my fucking age, you know. They've been in it all their lives. Dakota Fanning. I just watched her with fucking Men on Fire. Oh my God,
Yeah,
she was a little
fantastic.
girl. Now she's a goddamn woman. The other one that was on the terrorist show. They do this the way people are plumbers for 40 years. Claire Danes. Thank you, George. You're on the same page for that. They have done this the way people go, I'm going to become a fucking plumber. And then you're doing it for 10 years, then you're doing it for 20 years. Next thing you're doing it for 30 years, and you're considered a master fucking plumber. A master fucking plumber. A master electrician, a master carpenter, a master framer. George is a master framer. How many framers are there right now, George? No, how many framers, how many people grow up and go, when I get old, I'm going to be a fucking framer? Zero. Zero. So I respect anybody who gets up one morning and goes, I'm not going to punch a clock. I'm going to borrow $500 from Uncle Joey. I'm going to borrow $500 from Uncle Nicky. I'm going to borrow $500 from fucking Lee. And I'm going to get a box and I'm going to sell hot dogs out of there. I'd much rather fucking do that and take a chance on my own. And those are the guys that one minute they buy a box, then they pay you back and they're buying a stand, then they're paying you back, and then they come to you and then they go, we want you to lend me this to buy a fucking a little thing. And next thing you know, that motherfucker's got 3 of them and he's buying you out for $10 million. You gave him fucking $300 when he was 16 years old. You know, those are the people that you respect that. They're called what? People who are crafty. Entrepreneur, but there's a word for that. People who made it on their own. Crafty. Nobody gave it to them. They borrowed $10,000 from their father-in-law, and they started making donuts, and now they're Krispy Kreme. I don't know if that's the fucking. I don't know if that's the history, but that's how it starts.
Right.
What we do is a fucking nightmare, Lee. What we do for a living, when you sign up to be an actor, a comic, a dancer, a stripper, a boogaloo, fucking anything, it's a life of fucking uncertainty. That takes years off your life, not knowing. There's many people that are talented but never said, you know what? I don't want to quit my day job because my girlfriend will, you're done. You're done. You're either all in or all out. And I'm not talking about you.
No, I know.
I'm talking about there's people who don't believe in themselves, and that's why they'll never get to that place. And then there's people that you read about that you go, how the fuck did they do that? They did what? They're on your own. And, dog, I support everybody. But at the end of the day, somebody who tells the world to suck their dick, they're doing it on their terms. I ain't mad at that because it sounds familiar to me. At one point, you got to tell the world to suck your dick. You don't give a fuck if you have a felony. You don't give a fuck what you think. You don't give a fuck about your past. All you're worried about is your fucking future. And that's a painful fucking decision to make, especially when you got no family, you got nobody. But now you're living for people who backed you. And you go, you know what? These people who backed me over the years that fed me, I can't let them down. And when you put a value on your future like that, it really builds some type of clarity when you go, you know what? I'm going to stick with this till this happens because these people believed in me. And first of all, I got nowhere else to go. I can't sing and dance. I got missing teeth. I can't suck dick. There's no velocity in my suckness. I'm just fucking around with you, but these are the things that push you forward, when you go, wow. I wake up every fucking month, and every fucking month on the 1st, I start at 0, just like Joey, just like Lee, just like Nick, just like George. Some people get a check on the 5th. I don't get that check. I haven't gotten that check 30 years on the 5th. Well, unemployment when in between acting jobs, yeah, but still, it's not. After a while, you look at those checks and you're like, these checks are nice, but this is not what I want. I could settle for $1,800 a month. We all can. It's $900 every 2 weeks when you're an actor in LA. Probably went up now to $600 a week.
Maybe, but that still doesn't get you much. But I know we are.
You know what I'm saying? You get comfortable with unemployment and go $1,800 a month. I do a couple comedy gigs. I book one job at scale. I'm good. I go to Sizzler. But then the guy next to you, that next door to you, just moved out and bought a fucking house and a car. And he's got a girlfriend that looks like a fucking model. And, this is the decisions you make on whether you move forward or you're going to be a fucking lop all your life.